Hey, welcome. Today we're going to dive into a really fascinating, kind of different approach to organizational change. It's one that ditches all the usual corporate buzzwords for, get this, ancient wisdom. And instead of top-down commands, it uses this unique role called the transformation scribe. So let's break down what that's all about. So let's kick things off with a pretty big question, one for you to think about. Who is actually writing your organization's story? I mean, is its evolution this deliberate, thoughtful narrative? Or is it just a bunch of disconnected things happening one after another? Because, the answer to that really changes everything. It's the difference between change feeling chaotic versus coherent. And that right there brings us to the core idea, the transformation scribe. Now, this is not your typical consultant, not by a long shot. Think of this person more like a guide, someone who mixes the wisdom of like ancient record keepers with super modern strategic discipline. And the whole point? To help a business consciously, deliberately write its own next chapter. So, okay, what does this guide actually do? Well, this isn't just about managing a project from point A to point B. No, it's way deeper than that. It's about taking on this role of documenting, preserving, and really actively nurturing how an organization evolves over time. Yeah, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? It just draws a line in the sand. Instead of just, delivering some temporary fix and then walking away, the scribe's job is to make sure the lessons learned during a big change actually stick around. We're talking long after the project's done. It's all about building a real, lasting legacy of knowledge. Okay, to really get a handle on this philosophy, we can actually break it down into 3 core symbols. These symbols basically define their whole identity. And when you put them together, you get a complete picture of who they are, what they do, and how they work. It's pretty cool. All right, first up is the scribe itself. This symbol is all about their fundamental identity, who they are at their very core. And the inspiration for this comes from the seated scribes of ancient Egypt and even the scholarly tradition of Irish clerks. Really deep roots here. So the crucial takeaway here is that the scribe is the keeper of knowledge. That's their primary function. Their job is to listen, like really listen, document things truthfully, and then guide change through genuine understanding, not by just barking orders. They're all about clarity, wisdom. They're meant to be these thoughtful, human-centered guides. Okay, next up, we've got the scarab. If you know anything about ancient Egypt, you know this was a super powerful symbol of creation and renewal. So for the transformation scribe, this symbol is all about their function. It's what they actually do. So the scarab is all about that process of renewal. The whole goal is to help an organization reinvent itself by sparking growth from the inside, not by forcing it from the outside. It's this perfect illustration of the idea that change isn't some one-and-done event, but a continuous, living, breathing evolution. And that brings us to our third and final symbol, the triangle. This one is all about their methodology, the how. It's how they put all this philosophy into actual practice. And it stands for balance, strength, and having a really clear direction forward. And really, this is where it all comes together. The triangle represents what they call their Trinity delivery method. It's this super balanced approach that makes sure strategy, human connection, and decisive action are all moving in perfect harmony. It's about getting that alignment, making sure what you think, how you connect with others, and what you actually do are all on the same page. Okay, so we've got the symbols, we've got the philosophy, but what does this actually look like in the real world, in practice? How is this change from the inside out thing truly different from what most of us are used to seeing in business? Well, this comparison here makes it crystal clear. Think about it. Instead of forcing change from the outside, the scribe's lens is about awakening it from within. Instead of some top-down service, it's a real partnership of equals. And maybe most importantly, instead of just delivering a temporary fix, the focus is all on building a capability that lasts and on nurturing the human side of all this change. And here's that Trinity delivery method we were just talking about, the one from the triangle. It's actually a really simple logical flow. Step 1, think deeply. This is where you uncover the meaning and purpose. Step 2, connect authentically. That's all about fostering trust and getting everyone on board. And only after that foundation is solid do you move to step 3, act decisively. That's when you execute with precision and accountability. So what's the bottom line here? If a company brings in a transformation scribe, what's the actual promise? What can they expect? Well, the value really boils down to this powerful combo of 3 distinct qualities. First off, you get the mind of a scholar. This is the analytical, super structured, insightful part of the deal.
It's that ability to zoom out, see the whole big picture, make sense of all the complexity, and bring real clarity to the path ahead.
Then, second, you get the heart of a partner. And let me tell you, this is every bit as important. This is about being empathetic, collaborative, and loyal. It's that deep recognition that change is, at its core, emotional. And that success, it absolutely depends on genuine human connection and trust. And finally, you get the discipline of a builder. This is where the rubber meets the road, where all those great ideas become reality. We're talking about methodical, reliable, results-focused execution that makes sure promises are kept and that you can actually measure the progress. It's the mind, the heart, and the discipline, all working together. And this kind of brings us full circle, right back to where we started, this idea of writing your organization's next chapter. The whole point, the entire why behind this meticulous scribe-like approach is to create something that lasts, something that goes way beyond just a single project. And this quote just nails that ultimate goal, because what we document, we preserve. What we preserve, we grow. Think about that. By carefully documenting the journey, you hold on to the knowledge. And when you hold on to that knowledge, you're building a foundation for continuous, sustainable growth. The project might end, but the capability, that stays. And let's end on this Italian proverb, which honestly captures the entire philosophy in just one sentence. Chi va piano, va sano, e va lontano. It means who goes slowly, goes safely, and goes far. And what a powerful reminder that is, right? That true, lasting transformation, you just can't rush it. It isn't built for a quick win, it's built to go the distance. So it leaves you with a question to think about. What chapter is your organization writing right now?